Good morning. Happy Friday. I'm just going to say the obvious. Nina, when you don't know what somebody does for a living and all your panel girls that were giggling and laughing so hard, you're welcome for the comic relief. On you. It was on you, so laugh at yourself. I don't drink, first of all. Nope. I'm currently an officer in law enforcement, but I hold the title of I am in a service to get children safely from A to B daily, either school, counseling appointments, all of the things. And I worked in criminal law. I worked the scientific side. I worked closely with the morgue. I saw many dead bodies in my life, and I had to process them with the coroner. And you had to take evidence because I was in law enforcement. And I did it for 20 years. The last 5, I've been doing this job because there's been a calling for service, retired service, whatever you want to call it, part-time service, this has been a full-time job, to protect children from school, meetings, court. They're all in foster care of some kind or at a center, and you have to take them to and from. So they don't. One kid I take for the last year is very aware that he's very aware of being in the system, and he doesn't want his friends to know he's in the system, so we pretty much hide me so he can get in the car. Like, meet me by the pool, meet me by the volleyball courts, because he doesn't want to be made fun of. I have 3 little triplet girls, and they both know their parents are in jail. They know their dad they'll never see again except for plexiglass, and they're 7. I have worked hand in hand with social services and the kids division for the better part of 5 years now. And I still have law enforcement friends. I still hold my title in law enforcement, but I am a transportation director for the child care system. I'm an officer of the law. Everybody in the courts knows me. You do all kinds of things to get this title. You don't just come from the back streets to the front door. You do all the things that you have to do to get this certification. Not just anybody can do this. It is a really, really at times difficult to keep your positivity. These kids go through a lot. There's also special, like, written protocols on each kid, like what you can and cannot say, what you want to ask, if you say, how was your day, and they spiel out everything that happened today in their life or what's happened in their life, you have to keep it to yourself. So when you go home at night, you're exhausted because you try to figure out how people can be so malice and rude and nasty to a child, and it blows your mind until you've worked in this field, which you won't. It's not an easy task. I've been doing this for the better part, like I said, of about 5 years, and I've taken a position in Vegas to get, it's already been there, but they're having a hard time keeping people in this department because it is hard. Just like it is to be a social worker, it is triple that. They may be reading a case
We're reading it from the curb. We're reading it off a little notebook. We're like, oh, how's this kid gonna go? What is his specialties? Some of them are special needs in the system because their parents have just lopped them into the system because they can't take care of them, or their needs are too needy. Their medical needs. I have a blind child that's learning how to use a cane now. So you have to be understanding of the group of littles that you deal with daily. And I've been offered a job to run this department, and I have to hire like 35 people, and I'll probably go into law enforcement and ask them for if anybody wants to do either part-time work or full-time work. Full-time meaning Monday through Friday, miscellaneous, and you can break a day. But I'm going to go out there and I'm probably going to rally the troops in law enforcement because those are the people that can handle this job. Either if they're not currently working or if they're like partially retired. It's a decent income. It's a decent job. I enjoy it. It keeps you in the loop of what's going on in the real world. And you get to know these littles and understanding what they're going through. Unlike the piece of paper you read about a kid going through it. I get to meet them. I get to say hi to them. I get to say good morning to them. It's an honor to do what I do. And I don't do it illegally or drunk because I've never touched either one. Yes, we get drug screened every 4 weeks or something. Not a big deal. The only thing that can give me a ticket for maybe is too much coffee. And even then, I'm on the keto diet. So I've been on a keto diet for the better part of 7 years. So I eat real clean. For the other sarcastic crap that Nina said on a video, this is a tumor. See this right here? This thing? It's a tumor. It's not cancer. But if it turns hard, just like this one did, and it's gone, this is a 27-hour surgery to remove. It's not a facelift. This is a tumor. This is a tumor. So watch what you say. But that's what I do. I am in law enforcement. I am an officer of the law. And I'm going to be an officer of the law, sworn in as not a deputy, an officer of Nevada. For the job I do. Monday through Friday. Saturdays and Sundays are made for goofing off. But I have fun doing that too. So you can sit in your little music room and think I'm talking shit about you when only I gotta laugh. So, move on. Not the first one to talk about you, and I won't be the last, but you make it easy to pick on you. So, I can be picked on, and I can take it like a hard woman I am, but I am in law enforcement, and I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty good at what I do. So, with that being said, not that that's a thing that everybody else says, you have a wonderful Friday. Enjoy it. I'm hoping that you learned a little bit about me, but you probably don't care. But Nina, you gotta admit, you were behind the scenes when you should have been in front of the scenes in all of the things that happened in Vegas this past 2 weeks. Just saying. It's sad. But I'm moving there. I can handle the heat. I've lived in hotter. I've lived hot. When I lived in San Bernardino County and drove to Orange County every day, there was times where it was 125 degrees. So bring on some heat. I can handle it. Not a problem. You cannot. You are not that guy. That you are just his chocolate shake was pretty funny, but I could have said a lot of different things, like a Hershey bar, I could have said a lot of things. I almost want to buy a Hershey bar and put it on the ground and see how fast it melts, because that's about what you are. Don't drink. Drink a lot of coffee. Drink a whole ton of water. Sad. And I'm just a generally happy person. There's times where I just, like, I go to bed at 8. I'm an early bird. But I get up to all the blue lights because I didn't start doing YouTube for a while. I used to just, like, I had one video for 2 years. And that was only because I was doing it to send it somewhere else. But, I don't know. The kids of Cal City is still hurting my feeling. That is hurting me hard, because how you can't find them is blowing my mind. But I have a law enforcement brother, and he is diligently on top of that, whether they liked it or not. And he's been out there for 76 days. So law enforcement is my jam, and law enforcement is going to be my jam until the day I die. So a part of law enforcement, I guess, is going to be a part of me forever. But I don't drink, and I think that's funny that you think I do when I don't. I live in a happy moment until happy turns sad. Get over yourself.